My wife organized what was supposed to be a romantic getaway, but it quickly turned into a nightmare she created for herself. I've always believed that love meant trust. It meant knowing that the person lying next to you every night had your back. I never imagined that the woman I had built my life around, the woman who once made me believe in forever, could shatter all of that over a single weekend. It began when my wife, Emily, surprised me with a romantic trip. We'd been married for 9 years. Life had its ups and downs, but I thought we were finally finding our rhythm again. Work pressures, bills, everyday responsibilities. They'd all been wearing us down. So when Emily grinned and told me she'd booked a weekend at a luxury mountain resort, I felt a flicker of hope. Maybe this trip could reignite what had been slowly fading. The first night was magical. Our cabin overlooked a stunning valley. The fireplace crackled warmly, and Emily seemed more at ease than I had seen her in months. She cooked dinner in the small kitchen. We shared a bottle of wine, and for the first time in a long while, it felt like we were truly reconnecting. That night, I went to bed thinking maybe this getaway could save us. Then everything changed the next day. Emily suggested we explore a nearby town. She was unusually eager and kept checking her phone. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe she was texting a friend or arranging a surprise for me. But when we walked into a cafe for lunch, my heart sank. In a corner sat a man I didn't recognize. Tall, impeccably dressed, with a self-satisfied smirk that made my stomach twist. But it wasn't him that shook me. It was Emily's reaction. Her eyes lit up just for a moment when she saw him. It was subtle, barely noticeable. But when you know someone as intimately as I knew her, you notice everything. I tried to tell myself I was imagining things. But then, while ordering coffee, I glanced back. Her hand brushes under the table, passing something, a folded piece of paper. My chest tightened, my mind racing. What was going on? Back at the cabin, Emily was distant. She said she was tired and went to bed early. I couldn't sleep. Every instinct screamed that something was wrong. So I did something I never imagined. I checked her phone while she slept. There it was. Messages. Dozens of them. The man's name was Mark. The text revealed everything. They'd been seeing each other for months. She described me as boring and predictable, and this romantic getaway was secretly planned so she could meet him halfway. My world collapsed. Every shared laugh, every promise, every dream we built, it all felt like a cruel illusion. Then I noticed something worse. Their conversations weren't just about desire. They discussed money, about me, about how Emily planned to leave me for Mark without losing anything in a divorce. This wasn't just cheating. It was betrayal on a whole new level. My heart shattered, but my mind went cold. I knew what had to be done. The next morning, I acted normal. I smiled, made breakfast, kissed her cheek, and suggested a hike to a scenic cliff nearby. She agreed, completely unaware that I knew everything. As she admired the view, I asked a simple question. "Emily, are you happy with me?" She hesitated. That brief pause spoke louder than words. She forced a smile and said, "Of course I am." That's when I revealed everything. I had recorded messages, calls, her secret plans. "Then why?" I asked, voice shaking. "Did you invite your lover on our getaway?" Her face went pale. She stammered, tried to deny it, but I showed her the evidence. For the first time, she realized she wasn't in control. She begged, cried, even felt her knees on that mountain trail. Swear it was a mistake, but the truth was already carved into my heart. I told her I had loved her once, but the woman standing in front of me wasn't who I married. I walked away, leaving her to face the nightmare she had created herself. She hadn't just lost me that weekend. She lost the future we built, the trust she destroyed, and the dignity she sacrificed for fleeting thrills. Back home, I filed for divorce. It was messy, painful, and dragged on for months. But through every court appearance, every lawyer meeting, every sleepless night, I reminded myself of one thing. I survived. I rebuilt my life piece by piece, reconnected with old friends, threw myself into work, and eventually found peace in the silence that had once terrified me. And one day, I realized something remarkable. My life was better without her. That romantic getaway. meant to save our marriage, revealed a truth I've been blind to for too long. Betrayal can feel like the end of everything, but often it's the start of freedom. If you've been hurt, remember this. Their choices don't define your worth. Heartbreak may break you down, but it also clears a way for you to rebuild stronger than before. Emily planned a romantic getaway, but in the end, it wasn't my nightmare. It was hers.